Alright, you want to replace the air filter on your 2017, 2018, 2019, maybe a few other years CBR500R. First step is to remove the rear seat, or the main seat. Use a 5mm Allen key and undo these two bolts. As soon as you have those two bolts out, just lift up the seat, set it aside. The air filter is located right under this box, so to get to it you'll need to take the battery out. To do that, take these two screws loose, set the cables aside. It's generally recommended to take the negative loose first. So using your 10mm socket, you'll take that loose. Some batteries may be different. On mine, the nuts are not captive, so when you take this loose, the nut can fall out of this little slot, so just keep that in mind when you're moving the battery. Once you have both terminals free, the next thing is to loosen this rubber strap, which maybe I can do with one hand. Yeah, so it just loops over that plastic lip there. Set this aside, pull your battery out, being mindful not to lose the two nuts. So the next thing, you'll need to take this screw and then these. There's 4 that you'll need to take out. It's a little difficult to see, but anyway, this one will come loose. Just have this connector aside, and then there's 4 holding this housing. I used a small number 2 screwdriver to get the top 2, this one, and then the one down right there. If it would focus on the correct thing. Yeah, right there is the tip of the screwdriver. For this one, that you can see right there, I had to use a longer number 2, and then kind of wedge the back of the screwdriver under here, and then route it down to get to the end of that, and then I was able to loosen the screw. So once you've got those loose, wiggle this housing loose, which I'm going to have to put the camera down. So you wiggle this loose enough, this is what the air filter looks like. So you'll take this air filter off with these 4 screws and then install your new one. Once you've removed the 4 screws, this guy just comes off. As you can see, the factory one was dirty where the previous owner had left it outside, so it's kind of cruddy. It looks like some acorns or something in there as well. Take your new one. Out of its bag. This will only fit one way. You notice this tab is kind of offset, so you can't put it like upside down because it won't fit. So just set it on there, screw the 4 screws. So once those 4 screws are back in the filter, then wiggle this back into the housing, which once again I'll need to put the camera back down. So once you have the 4 screws back in, replace the screw that holds this electrical component here. Set your battery back in, reattach the battery hold down strap, connect your positive and negative battery terminals, reinstall the seat, and use your 5mm Allen to tighten the bolts, and you're ready to crank up and enjoy another 12,000 miles of riding.